It's important we understand the implications of Iswara being both the maker and what is made. Being the same, the material cause and the maker being one and the same. The scheme of things, what we call Jagat, in which my body, mind, sense complex also included, is an intelligent manifestation. In the sense, the all-knowing Iswara, all Shakti Iswara, is manifest in the form of this Jagat. It's important we assimilate this fact by looking at the various forms of manifestation. While the forms are infinite, every individual cell, if you count, it is a manifestation. It is just infinite. Therefore, in our culture, spiritual culture, this vision contained in two words, in fact 3 words, Purnam Adaha, Purnam Idam. Limitless whole is Iswara, the cause. A limitless whole is this Jagat, the effect, Purnam. This stands for all that is here, known and unknown to you, Purnam. So that is Purnam. Many of you might have heard this. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnam Udachyate. It is very common. Chant. That is Purnam, the whole limitless. This is Purnam, the whole limitless. From that Purnam is this Purnam. This is the most beautiful thing that every physicist I have come across admires this expression. No addition, no subtraction. Matter does not destroy a quantum of energy. It was Purnam and matter is Purnam. Energy is Purnam, Matter is Purnam. Purnat Purnam. A physicist is ecstatic when he or she understands what we have to convey through this simple looking three words. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Purnam is a common word. Idam and others means that. Idam means this. These are the two words. What does it convey is this Jagat is the same Iswara who is Purnaha. If out of 1 ton gold, one makes 1 million ornaments, let us say for any kind of wastage, there is no wastage in gold, it is somewhere. If that is also taken, so 1 ton gold, 1 million ornaments is 1 ton along with whatever that is there is 1 ton. Purnam adaha Purnam idam. That is 1 ton. Purnam is not 1 ton. I am just giving an example. That is 1 ton. This is 1 ton. Purnat Purnam. From that 1 ton, this 1 ton. Why should you say so? Because that 1 ton didn't look this 1 ton, what it looks. Here you have a bunch of chains, so many bangles, so many rings, all these ornaments made of gold, differ in their forms, in their usage, and therefore in their names also. One is called a ring. In ring also, a ring worn in your fingers. The other one is in your ear, single ear, or both the ears. So, a earring is different from a ring worn in the finger. And therefore, rings differ from bangles again. They differ from the chains. And therefore, different forms, different usage, different names. These were not there before. Before it was simple 1 ton gold, undifferentiated. Now also it is 1 ton gold as though differentiated, correct? The 1 ton gold has not undergone any change. But there is a kind of value addition. The same 1 ton gold appears in so many forms. This is exactly what modern physics would say. Therefore, no addition, no subtraction. You melt all the chains and all the ornaments, again it is 1 ton gold. You create out of gold is again 1 ton gold. If you count gold, it is only one thing. You count the ornaments, you have 1 million. And therefore, you decide the set and count the members. If you count gold, you have to say 1, and afterwards you don't have any any what you call job for your second finger. One gold, then what? When you are counting gold here, a big pile of ornaments, you count the gold, there is no second count, one gold. Gold it is. So when you reckon the ornaments, then you can say 1, 2, 3, 4 million ornaments you can count because there are million ornaments. And therefore, the way you look at things decides exactly whether it is one or it is many. Therefore, if you look at the Jagat as Iswara, the cause, there is only one. And that one Iswara pervades you also. To think that Iswara is another guy with a street address in some place is meant for perhaps upasana. We need not have any big problem with that. To understand Iswara is entirely different thing. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. You have to look upon this entire thing as Iswara alone. This is what very special something that our spiritual culture to offer to everybody. Every human being has to know this. In this, there is a lot to gain. Because a human being is searching for this Iswara. If somebody says the goal of life is going to heaven, then coming here becomes a detour. Death cannot be the goal of life. Life is meant for living. There is no other goal. Living is to be alive to everything. That is everything that is there, that I confront. I am here to confront. About me, I must know everything that is basic. About what I confront also, everything that is basic I should know. Human being has to live intelligently. There is a certain minimum knowledge required. Even for becoming a telephone operator, you have to have a minimum qualification. One is that you can talk. The other is that you can hear. Then further qualification is you have a voice. A voice that is acceptable. And you have a certain style of talking which is acceptable. If somebody doesn't have that training, suppose when there is a phone call, is a telephone operator, hello, the person is not going to get the job. The telephone operator undergoes a certain training. How to say hello? How to say the boss is not there, whether he is there or not? As per instructions, one has to say. And you say the most unpleasant thing in a pleasant way. You have to learn. At the other end, somebody is impatient, shouting, screaming, and you can't afford to scream back. That is the telephone operator's job. You should be able to cool down that fellow. That's the job. And to live a human life, you must have certain minimum knowledge. It is not negotiable. Unless you settle for something that is miserable in life. What is miserable is, I am miserable. I can't stand myself is the greatest tragedy in life. Seeking others to accept me, others to approve me, everybody else should stand me while I cannot stand myself. In fact, when I can't stand myself, then I will seek others' approval. Through them, I will look at myself. Through their approval, I will look at myself as though I am approvable. Even if others approve, since I don't approve myself, I will always think the others are bevakoofs. They don't know me at all. Therefore, this self-approval is not an ordinary thing. It is not to be left to all philosophers and some kind of peculiar people who can't make it in real life. And therefore they become dropouts. It's not meant for dropouts and hobos, long-haired people. People who don't care for anything, and it is not meant for that kind of loose people. But a serious people may look loose. That's a different thing altogether. That is, you have a certain norms of judgment. But a serious person is a serious person in the sense the serious person must be one who means business in life, who wants to have that minimum knowledge to live intelligently the human life. To live intelligently the human life is to understand what is. And what is, I say, Iswara. How can anybody live this life without that? Because when I was born as a human child, I didn't have any faculties. I didn't have any wherewithal. I didn't have any capacity to take care of myself. One thing is to be understood. Every living organism wants to live. There is no choice. It is a choiceless instinct. Understand this. It's a choiceless instinct. Being born alive, the programming is there in the organism to struggle to survive. And this survival becomes an impossible thing for a human baby because it is 100% helpless. When it is 100% helpless, It has no capacity to find food. It has to live an independent life. What a start. It is something like a young man gets married and starts an independent life, having his own apartment, but no job. He thought when he gets married, his horoscope situation would change because of the new person's horoscope. Generally, these horoscopes match. When she has a better horoscope, she would never marry this fellow. And therefore, he has no job. And he cannot have a job. There is no chance of getting a job in the near future. He thought his father-in-law would help, but yesterday he got laid off because of the arrival of the son-in-law, he thinks. And therefore now both of them start a new life. One good thing father-in-law did is the right thing to do. He gave an apartment to live and he paid the rent for 1 year, thinking the son-in-law will find out a job within a year. So he has got a new apartment, starts his new life. To buy vegetables, he has no money. Nothing really to start a new life. It is a very bad start. When a baby was with the mother, not yet born, but fully grown, that was the only time a human being felt secure. No time the baby was secure, a human being was more secure than the small period of time when the child is grown up, but it is not yet born. Born, the cord is snapped, starts an independent life, like our fellow who got married, starts an independent life without a job, without a hope of finding a new job. But there is a difference between this baby and our young man, newly wedded young man. In this, that this young man and his young wife can get out and beg. They are adults. They can hustle and find something. But this baby cannot beg, cannot even turn. It is helpless. And therefore it starts with a helplessness. What a start. The meaning of this we will see further when we meet again.